all. Good evening. It's 7th of April 2024. So I'm recording video on the Nifty. We are trying to analyze Nifty with the Elliott Wave. First, we'll check the Elliott Wave and then we'll check the price action and indicators. We'll try to understand what's happening in the Nifty for next week and for next session as well. So this is a daily chart on Nifty, and the perfect wave count that we have post-COVID is this one with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. One wave ended here, wave 2 ended here, and we are in a larger third degree wave. So don't consider that Nifty will fall anytime soon, because after this flash crash from 12,400 to 7,511, Nifty started upward journey, and this point was around October 2021, and after that in somewhere in November 2022, Nifty broken that high, and since then it's still moving higher and higher. So if you have any idea of Nifty will drop and then I'll start investing and then I'll buy the stocks, forget it. It's not going to happen. So any correction that you get, bigger corrections, is an opportunity to add the position slowly, or we have to continue with the SIP in mutual funds and all. That's your decision how you want to invest and all. But larger trend is upside. That's what we have to assume here. And this is the wave count that I am considering all the rules of the Elliott wave and the best possible cases. So we discussed sometime in March. On March 3rd, we discussed this wave count, where we mentioned that we are in a larger third degree wave, and we are not able to label this particular move as 5-wave impulse. It's very difficult to label. So we consider this as 1-2 and this as 1-2 pattern. Then we are in up move. That's what we consider. So I want to label this wave count a little. I want to change this internal wave count a little bit, because this particular move or this particular consolidation is not yet seen. Until that consolidation is seen, we cannot say that this particular impulse fourth wave is ended. Okay, so we could be in this third wave itself right now. So considering that, I have changed a label a little bit. You can see here, and now we can see on the daily chart that Nifty could be in third wave, because in these particular moves we have unfilled gaps. Nifty still going higher and higher, and when you plot Fibonacci extension on this 1 and 2 wave, we get these numbers. Nifty has crossed this number. Okay, so Nifty is already 2.600 Fibonacci, so we can consider that it's already in a third wave. Even if you plot from here, that also signifies that we are in a third wave, because it has already crossed 1.600 Fibonacci. So whenever we cross 1.600 Fibonacci, it's most likely or 100% third wave. Not most likely, it's 100% third wave. So right now we are in third wave, and this has crossed 2.600 Fibonacci. So I have labeled this differently. I'm considering here internal wave 1 and 2 finished, and we are in third wave. So this is little tricky, right? The wave counts are not very clear in the Nifty, the way it was with this wave count post-COVID crash, right? So here the wave count is not very clear. We'll align them or adjust them accordingly. One of the major events that is pending is general elections. We will see if we finish one of the third wave. So even this label can also change, but we are still going to assume the upside and keep the upside view and label the counts in the impulse format only, until and unless we see a major correction which spans for 6 months or so. Okay, if the correction stays sideways, if the market stays sideways for 6 months, it does not break the previous high, then we'll change the label. Otherwise, we are still good to assume the impulse wave, and internal third wave could be still in progress. So right now we checked the wave counts from this. They're all impulse, and let's check this portion now. This looks to be some leading diagonal structure. Let's go and check that. We discussed that in a previous weeks, so we can again check. So we have to consider a low point and then high point. So this high has been broken, right? So this previous high has been broken, and this is the swing low, right? So it broke this high. This is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is a leading diagonal structure in which third wave is allowed to penetrate the top of wave 1 and the fifth wave. So this is again internally 1, 2, and again this high has been also broken. So again 1, 2. like this Nifty is moving higher. So what is the case that it could be ending diagonal? So I tend to now not label ending diagonal and leading diagonal until the fourth wave is finished and half of the fifth wave is in progress, because I have seen a lot of times we go wrong when we plot leading diagonals and ending diagonals in advance in wave 1 or wave 2. Sorry, in wave 1, 2 or 3. Okay, in these cases we go very wrong. So we have to always look for alternate counts than leading diagonal and ending diagonal until they are finished. So here we see a wedge structure, the high was broken and then another low was consolidation low was made here, right? So we can safely assume this as a leading diagonal and this as wave 2. So you would also say sometimes that it could be also possible to have ABC correction, A, B, and C. But until that's not broken, this low is not broken, and we make and we start to go higher, we should not assume that that expanded flat correction also. In wave 2, mostly we see a zigzag correction. That's why I don't want to consider this case as well. So what's the case now, right? We are still going to assume the Nifty is going higher and higher. So let's see why is that, and let's understand based on Fibonacci. So when I plot Fibonacci here, you would see, let's see the approx value. So when I see a 0.600 Fibonacci is here, then Nifty again broken the high, I would consider another impulse is about to start. So here it has come to 0.600 Fibonacci, then moved higher, broken this high. So I will continue the bullish view. Same case here, right? So internally, when you plot the wave counts, so this is helpful for you to understand Nifty's move for next session. Until now, what we discussed is for next week, that Nifty is bullish on a higher time frame on daily. So when you plot wave counts on hourly time frame, this is what you get. Okay, so we can assume the wave counts like this: 1, 2, right? Then 3, 4, and 5, right? So here there could be end of one impulse again. Okay, and if we break this low, then only assume that this is wave 2 that is going to finish here somewhere, right? So what are the levels for that correction? So as Nifty has crossed, so see, if you see here, it has went deep. Okay, so there could be a case that it can break this high, then we have to do the little changes that we'll talk in some time. So right now, if Nifty comes down in next session and breaks this low or last session's low, okay, last session low, if it gets broken, I will consider that it is coming towards 22,270. By the way, any levels that we talk, it's very hard to say that exactly the same thing will happen because we are talking after the market hours. So it's quite possible that the analysis could go wrong. You have to use your own judgment while trading. And see here, you can clearly see that it could reach to only 0.382 Fibonacci only, because this B wave went very deep. Okay, and now we need to wait for the condition that it breaks 22,427, right? On the downside, it will go again around 150 points, right? 150 odd points we can get on the downside. That's all. Then there is a chance of another new fresh rally, or it could make another complex correction and then reach towards 22,000. So let's forget this level. What I will assume after it comes here, I'm going to assume another impulse move on the upside if it shows some sign on hourly chart. So what if it breaks this high immediately on next session, right? If it breaks this high, then I'll have to shift this wave count. That fifth could be still in progress, and this fourth wave ended here, okay, as an expanded flat correction, right? So this is A wave, this is B wave, and this is sharp down wave C. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and fifth will have another move higher. Why is that the case? Let's plot the 0.600 Fibonacci again from this point to this point. Though this has not been broken, so this again raises a confusion. So let's plot a Fibonacci. Here you can see clearly it's still 0.618 Fibonacci. It's still not broken that. So breaking of this high, we'll have to assume that fourth wave ended here and we are in a fifth wave. Then again, after fifth wave, we'll have a smaller consolidation heading, taking us on the downside. So how much Nifty can go from that level in the fourth wave? Let's check that. In the case of equality, we have to assume that Nifty will again go very small high, right? It will not go big on the upside. Let's assume another case where we can get a 0.618 number. So if this high is broken, 22,619, we will go somewhere towards 22,670 to 810. So this is the target for wave 5 if we break 22,016. So if this is again broken, then it's likely that we are in a fifth wave and it will head towards 22,800. This is the level that we can expect on the upside, right? So hope you got it right and you are not confused here. So this is the levels that we need to watch out. If the high is broken, if the low is broken, 22,427, then we will look for this number, right? 22,271. So that's all on the price action. So what happens after this is again a pullback like this and then shoot higher. So possibly that this dip is the last chance. After this, we'll have a bigger gaps on the upside, right? That's the case that we want to consider. Let's check what's happening with price action indicators. So here is the Nifty chart with price action indicators that I use. So last time we discussed that Nifty is in sideways move, right? Then again, it has broken the high, previous high. So Aaron has switched sides to bullish move, right? From bearish to sideways, it has turned to bullish to sideways. So you can see here Nifty is supporting this particular zone that we discussed in last week's video, that these are the support zones. So from this point, it has made a new high. That's a good thing. So again, you can see here Nifty is not breaching 13 EMA convincingly. It's not closing below that level continuously. You can even see 48 EMA is now acting as a very strong support on these two occasions. So after Nifty comes to 48 EMA, it bounces off, right? So Aron indicator shows us that the strength is towards upside to sideways. So when Aron lines are parallel, we can consider that Nifty is going to go sideways. RSI is above 60, right? So RSI number is above 60. So this is 14 period RSI. So on last 14 sessions, RSI value is 60. Okay, so it has crossed up from almost 35 odd levels to 60. So whenever it goes above 50, it's usually considered that the bullish case is still on. So if it crosses 70, then we'll start to see the gaps on the upside. Then what is the next part, right? So here the support is still at 22,140 to 21,870 levels, right? So if Nifty is supposed to drop with the price action indicators, so as I said, with the concept of 1-2 correction, right? 1-2, 1-2 also, we see a 13 EMA coming around 22,300 and the level that we got is 22,270. So this is feasible and we can have a smaller correction here and then shoot higher with bigger gaps on the upside. So this is the last move that should happen before bigger move on the upside. Then the similar structure like this happen on the upside and we could go higher and higher beyond 23,000. So this is what the view is on the Nifty, and let me know in the comments if you have some other view. Don't consider the bearish picture yet. A lot of time Nifty has tricked and it has not sustained below 48 EMA. If only Nifty closes below 48 EMA in 1 or 2 sessions, then only we should assume the bearish case. Otherwise, it's still bullish. Let's ride that side. That's all. If you have any doubts, ask in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.